Hi, Scott Bruder here. So, I've received my PCBs and my order from DigiKey. This is my first time actually trying to do surface mount stuff with a hot air station as opposed to soldering iron. We will see. Now, granted, I did go and get some chip quick, so with any luck, this is going to be not a task that's going to kill me. Okay, so the board itself requires a few components. The components it requires is 2 slide switches. It looks like 2 resistors, R1, R2, 1 capacitor, and then the ROM chip. So, thank you, DigiKey, as your shipping was very, very fast. I was able to get switches. So, you know, let's clip off 2 of them right now. And set those to the side. We're going to put the rest of them away. And then the next thing I want to do is get my capacitors. We've got a tear spot. I don't even need to do that. Now I'm not going to tear it all. Let's zoom back out so you can kind of see my prep on this. 1. There we go. And I believe I only need 1 cap. From what I can see, there's only 1 spot labeled C1. Let's take a look at the back of the board. Now, for anyone who's kind of just joining us, I am going to be putting the components on a Tandy WP ROM IC card. This is available online. You can get this. Well, hey, look, there's the URL. If you Google the Tandy forums, was it the 100 Club? Is that what it was? I don't know, but definitely take a look at this if you want it, if you need it. So I'm going to take the capacitors. I'm going to clip off 1 capacitor from the reel, and I'm going to leave it in this because, knowing my luck, I'm going to lose it. That's why I have extras. Then we're going to go into the resistors. Not going to tear it all the way, just enough to get it out, because I'd like to store the resistors again. There's 2 resistors here, both 47K. I take a look at my package. It says they're 47K, 5% plus or minus. So I'm going to take 2 of those. And there's 2 of those. Zoom back in, you guys can see it. The next thing I'm going to take is going to be the pin header. I just pull the cap out of the end of it. I don't even know which one's going to be easier. This one? Sure. There's that pin header. Oh, it's a tight fit, but it fits and everything aligns. That's actually really great. Okay. I don't feel like I'm going to lose this component, so I will... Oh, wow. That is snug. Look at that. That fits really, really well. Okay. And of course, while I'm doing all this, make sure we're not touching any of the pads. And then the last thing we need... It's funny because I thought the ROM chip itself was going to be the expensive part. But the expensive part was actually the pin header. At least here in Canada. If if these parts pricing changes for you in different places in the world, like, let me know. Big fan of knowing, you know, do we all suffer the same or not? Zoom out again, see this. You got a silica bag and the MX ROM chips. They're the MX 29F040C2-7G. Right, I only need one of those. We're going to see if I can cut it on both sides and see if I can tear that off without damaging the other one. Look at that. Okay, perfect. So there's my ROM chip. Put everything else back in the bag. Whoa, there's something else in the bag while I'm in there. What do we got? I don't know what this is. It's a humidity indicator. Huh. I don't know what that means. Do not put this card into bag if 60% is pink. None of them are pink. Okay. I guess that's if the bags have excessive moisture. So those are all the components I need. I expected it to be more, but life is looking good. Okay. Turn on the hot air. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up my chip quick. I have never done this before. I am literally going to destroy a working ROM card by testing my ability to use chip quick. Actually, you know what? Let's just be smart about this. Let's just try it on something else. I don't know, just like a PCB that I might have lying around. Oh, I must have a spare PCB. Actually, you know what? I have a junk parts box. Let's... I got a junk parts box. There we go. So, what I'm going to do is, first I'm going to pull off the glue that holds that in place. I'm going to hit up my soldering iron. I'm going to pull off these two leads, and then I'm going to see what I can't do with trying chip quick on one of these ICs. Maybe that one there. So first and foremost, let's get rid of those two leads so the board sits flat on my working surface. Now granted, my iron hasn't been on for long, but I would assume it would have heated up by now. This is not hot enough. Everybody, give things that you need to heat up time to heat up. Well, give it a couple more seconds. While we do wait for that, let's take a look here. I feel like that's going to be pretty darn easy. I don't know if maybe I should just do that. That's fun. Okay. I'm assuming my soldering iron is going to be hot now. Let's look at taking those leads off. 1, 2. Perfect. That was easy. Okay. So, clean that off. Where's my tweezers? Tweezers. Oh, I literally put them back where I was supposed to. Good for me. Okay. So, I'm going to take some no clean flux paste. I'm going to use this to get the old one off. And let's see what I've got for temperature here and see if we can I don't even know if my temps are right. Oh, I have a problem. I'm heating up my mat too much. Woo! So, look at that. Look at that bubble in my mat. Okay. What I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to wood. Wood is not good at dissipating heat, but now I've got my hot air to 208 degrees. I'm going to try and bring it up to 280. Okay, so I can see here that it's making the test point shiny. Shiny is good, but I want so supposedly the output on my temp air is 400 degrees Celsius right now, but I am not. Oh, there we go. I got it off. Now, let's just take a look at how, if I damage the pads, ooh, the board is hot. And the hot melt that was on the board is melted. Okay. So, the pads look good. Now, I would want to touch those up with a soldering iron, but I don't even know. How do you hot air people do this? Should I watch some more videos? Probably. So I can clearly see that those pads are all fine. Okay, so 218 degrees looks good. Got that. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take some of my solder wick and I'm going to go my way of, you know, just trying to clean off those pads. The good thing is, this is a much more populated board over what I'm going to be working on. So I feel like okay. Not bad. I'm going to grab some isopropyl alcohol and a cotton swab and look at cleaning off those pads. If any of you have any comments for this, please bring it forward. Like, that's one thing that I'm very happy, is that I don't... I should have more shame. I'm sure a lot of people will be like, you suck, you're no good at this. And I'm like, no, but I want to get better. I want to get better. And I feel like the more I do it, the better I'll get. Okay, so I've got these pads cleaned off. I don't even know what the orientation of that IC was, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up this chip quick, and we will see what we can't do. So I've got the plunger for the syringe and the cap that keeps it on. So I'm going to just pull off the cap and I put in the plunger. Oh, there's no rubber on it. Oh, that's also in the bag. Look at that. Whoa. We got a stop thing. Well, I guess we'll have to read it. Read instructions on reverse. This piece is only for manual dispensing. Do not install if using a pneumatic equipment. Well, I'm not using pneumatic. It's all going to be my finger, but this is important. Let's read the instructions as well. How to install the plunger. Push the rubber tip into the plunger. Make sure the orange screw cap is tight to prevent dispensing. I haven't even touched it, so it's probably tight. Push the plunger into the syringe until the rubber tip inserts fully into the back of the white stopper. Well, there's the white stopper. Pull back gently to relieve pressure. Oh yes, because you don't want to open that up while this is under pressure, or pop pop. It's going to go everywhere. And then push to dispense. Pull back to stop. Of course, you know. So I'm going to take that plunger out. And I'm going to get the plunger itself, and I'm going to insert the rubber cap onto the plunger, as so. Cool. And of course it's not in focus, because, you know, nothing on this is ever in focus. And I'm going to take this, and I'm going to push it in so that the black goes into the white receiver. Now I'm going to also put my hand pressure on the tip just in case it's going to pop off, but I don't think it's going to. Oh wow, it actually does compress. Push, 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 push. Whoa! Now you see the black plunger is actually inside the white. And I'm going to pull back on it. But you can see that there's some suction going on there, because you can see the solder paste moving away. So now I've got negative pressure inside the tube. I should be able to take the cap off. I just unscrew it counterclockwise. It's kind of stiff, but it's not too stiff. And there we go. I've got it out. So what I am going to do is, put on the applicator tip, or the pin tip. I don't even know what we would call that. Screw it in tight. And then I'm going to see if I can't dispense a little bit onto those 8 pads. Oh, you can see it. Can you guys see that? Focus. You see it going into the body of the tip. Oh, come on. And it's in there now. And I'm going to see about dispensing. Oh yeah, there's some. Ooh, it's very pasty. It's not like it's not going to want to come off. Oh, there we go. I can smear it a bit. That's weird. I'm going to smear it a bit on this side. There we go. And I'm going to pull back on the plunger to stop it. I want to create that negative pressure. And, oh, look what it comes with. It has a cap. So I'm going to take out the cap and put the cap on. Oh, it's not a cap. Oh, it's just a different size tip. Okay, it comes with 2 tips. Sorry, it's just a different size tip. I'm okay with the syringe tip right now, so we'll leave it like that. I wish there was a cap. I don't know if Chip Quick dries out if it's left to air. This is the Chip Quick Smooth Flow solder paste. Okay, so we have the solder paste on the 8 points, and I'm going to see where the notch is. So this has a notch here and it's got a dimple there, so I'm going to assume that, you know, without writing back to the video, those are going to go at the same spots. So I'm going to take this and then I just sit it. I think it should go. Try and align it on the pads. Okay, here comes the heat. Let's see if this works. Did I put way too much? Maybe. Now the question is, am I going to cook the chip if I put too much of it on it? Oh, look at that. It has gone aligned to the pads. I also have a, there we go, joint. I think it worked. So let's bring this closer to the camera, take a look at it together. Oh, look at that. It literally, come on, focus. Literally jumped onto the pins, and it looks like there are no shorts. Okay. Let's just do a continuity test. Okay. Make sure there's no shorts on this bad boy. We'll just do the pins beside each other. Pin 1 to pin 2. 2 to 3. 3 to 4. These might be not the right pin numbers, but that's okay. 4 to 5. Nothing. 5 to 6. 7 to 8. I am actually quite happy with my skills there. Sorry everybody, that was out of focus the whole time because I had it locked. But what I do want to say is I am confident that I can install the chips on my Tandy board. Okay, so first and foremost, let's install the pin header. Okay. I'm going to heat up the board. And then I'm going to try the chip quick. Oh, it gets softer. Ooh, oh my. This is not good. The first part was hard, like a paste. Maybe it was because air got to it. Ooh, I'm not super happy with that. Okay, well. Is that too much? Let's find out. Worst case, we can take it out. Oh, it's climbing onto the pins. This is actually super cool. Talk about things I've never done before. I do see a lot of shorts. I don't even know. Well, it literally looks like all the pins have been soldered to the board. But I don't know. How am I going to clean that up? You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take some of my flux and I'm just going to wipe it with my soldering iron. So maybe I put a little bit too much. Is that what we're thinking? Because I'm getting some balls here. Maybe I'll need to bust out a little bit of my solder wick and take some of it off. Anybody? Comments? Well, I don't see any shorts now. Okay, pretty happy with that. Go back with some rubbing alcohol, clean that up. I'm going to take another quick look on my end and just see how those look. Those pins all look good, connected. Look at that. Let's see if I can make this happen. Looks good to me. Okay, next I'm going to do the capacitor. Okay, so let's do the capacitor. That might be too much. Maybe take a little bit off. I don't even know. And I'm going to open up my single capacitor here. Look at that little guy. I think that did it. Okay, well, let's do the 2 resistors. Okay, here's resistor number 1. Resistor number 2. Oh, that won't come out. Come on out. There it is. Just because we're working on this, I'm going to just make sure they're the same orientation. And while I'm at it, of course, I'm hitting the other cap. I think that looks pretty darn good. Let's just bring that closer to the camera and take a look together. Maybe not. Maybe there's a little unprocessed solder on that. Okay, let's go hit it again. Let's okay. Woo. Well, it did not work because everything moved around. Oh, maybe it was just too hot. Okay. I hope you guys are watching the mishaps I had here. Okay. Oh. It was just too soon, because now I've got it sticking to other parts of the board. Okay. Okay, that was not my best work. Okay, let's maybe put a little bit more on here. Oh, I may have made a mess here. I don't know, maybe I did a little too much there. Well, I think I ended up getting what I needed off there. Now it's still sticky, so does that mean I mean, it hasn't burnt off enough of the flux. I think it's okay. They actually don't look too bad. Comments, questions? Okay. Let's check out some readings on this. I figure maybe we should just see the resistance firsthand. Okay, so these resistors here are supposed to be 40,000 ohms. So if I go here and here, I got 46.6 on the first one. Nice. Ooh. $23,000 on the second one. It makes me think that there's maybe there we go. There was some goo on the board. It's now reading 47. So, note to self, make sure you clean your boards very well. Sorry, I didn't let you guys see that. $46.9 and ooh, 23. Now there's that 23 again. There is our 48. Perfect. And then our capacitor. Capacitor is supposed to be 1 microfarad. There's our 1 microfarad. Perfect. Those all look great. Okay. I don't know. Next component. Should it be the switches or the ROM chip? You know what? Let's just go for switches. Switches sound good. I can deal with switches. I feel like the resistor and the capacitors were a little daunting. So I'm gonna hit these pads with chip quick. You've got, I think there's like 4 pads to hold it, and 3 pads for the conductors, 4 pads to hold it here. 3 pads for the conductors. Okay. Thanks for phone for not focusing when I wanted you to. I'm using the 4 pads on the shielding to kind of put it in place. Now my question is the hot air going to melt the switch? I don't know. We'll find out. That actually looks pretty darn good. I love how the chip quick, when you heat it up, it kind of recedes back in. I think I got the pads right on the money. Look at that. I feel like I want a little bit more there. Oh man, that was very drippy. Well, let's see if it'll... Now, I take a look at these two switches, and I see like a build-up between the ground plate and that pin there. And here, actually that looks pretty darn good. So I'm going to see, maybe I can tap it with my soldering iron and separate those two. What I can do, where's that solder wick again? And I can pull it off. I'm just going to cut back a new section of my solder wick. I think that looks better. Not bad. Not bad. You understand what part of the show this means we're getting to now, right? We're now at the IC part. So the IC itself is fairly long. So we're going to have the left side and the right side. So I'm going to assume I'm going to hit this side up. And this side up. Who knows if this is even going to work, right? Right. Maybe I'm going to cook the RAM with my soldering iron. I got gunk on the bottom here. Maybe I should heat up that chip quick first. And create some pads. And then sink the IC into it. Is that a thing? Do we do this? Well, if you guys can see what I did here, I knocked off my cap and my resistor. That's not good. Wow, that's... So I think I got that on there right. Whether or not I cooked the chip is another story. I feel like I want to touch that up with a soldering iron and some flux. I do see some bridges in there. I'm going to cool it down a little bit, or let it cool down a little bit, because I don't want it sliding around. I would like to have one side securely in place before I go and touch up the other side. I feel like I had a little too much solder. Comments. I need to get better at this next time, people. That side actually looks pretty good now. Okay, on to the next side. So I think I got that side too. So I think I've got everything good. Oh, I'm an idiot. You guys didn't see that, did you? Bet you did. I'm like, oh, I'm just gonna tap the side of the IC one more time, or the ROM chip. And I did, and all the solder that was hanging out on the tip of my soldering iron jumped over. There we go. Perfect. Okay. So, I feel like this is as good as this is going to get, at least with my handiwork. And I hit it with a bunch of isopropyl alcohol and a nice clean cotton swab. Actually, you know what? I'm going to use a cotton swab. I'm going to use a microfiber cloth with alcohol. We'll find out what components stay and which ones get ripped off, right? Isn't that the thing? New section, more alcohol. Not just for me, but for the circuit board as well. Just in case any of you are wondering, this has been a dry project. I feel like I probably had more to drink the day I ordered the stuff, thinking, I'm gonna do this, than today while I'm putting it together. Okay. I think we're, oh, I see a short joint there. Should probably also take a look if I've screwed up the switches. Oh, they're stiff. Did I melt them? Ooh, there we go. Okay. Ooh. That one's stiff too. Oh, there we go. Let's get everything off here what we can. We'll do some testing and we'll take it from there. Thank you everybody for watching.